This is a recording between Weldon Boyd and Bradley Williams, which is Kenneth Bradley Williams, to be clear. Just a few days after they took Scott Spivey's life. Now, listen to what Weldon is telling Bradley. First off, he wants him to delete their Facebook messages and say that they only communicate a certain way. Second, he is telling Kenneth, tell them that we had pieces to a machine firearm that was found inside the truck for specific reasons. And third, they accuse the Spivey family of not being truthful, pretty much, because they're accusing Boyd of not turning over all of his photos, and later on goes to pretty much admit he hasn't turned over all the photos because he thinks they're irrelevant. Well, he doesn't get to choose what is irrelevant, because what is irrelevant to him may be relevant to the family. He doesn't get to choose that.
Hello.
Hey, couple of things. Go back on Facebook and just delete our chat again between you and I, and then if they ask, me and you just talk through the JR, me, you, and chat, or we text or call each other. Second thing is the upper and lower were separated, and the only reason we had the lower with us was because we were going to put a different trigger in it that night.
Okay.
The last thing is the family's furious that they didn't seize our phones. So Ken's trying to work it out. The superiors are saying, well, we're going to need to do a data dump. And Ken's telling them that they're not privy to a data dump. So there's a war over the phones right now. What Ken's trying to work out is, because the family's saying that there's pictures we withheld from the investigation, which is a lie. So Ken's trying to arrange it where the detective can we hand our phone to the detective. He can look through and check, make sure all the pictures that we got are the ones that he was given to, which they were. But Ken's going to fight them on this data dump shit, because our internet search history, our banking information, all that other crap is none of their business.
Yeah. Okay. So as far as the pictures, do they have the pictures that you took?
Yeah, there's a few that they don't have, but I explained to Ken it's because it's the truck 100 yards ahead of us and blurry. It's not relevant. There's nothing. But
No, I'm talking about after the incident.
yes, they got the picture where he slumped over. Ken had all that.
Okay. Okay. So I ain't gotta worry about deleting those.
No, don't. I wouldn't delete any pictures. I mean, and we provided what were relevant. If they say, well, we wanted the picture of the truck 100 yards up the road also. Okay, well, there it is. I didn't delete it.
Okay. But just delete the Facebook convo.
And then just say that that we were going to put a trigger in the lower, and that upper was there. We just had the can on it. I mean, just it was separated. That gun had not been assembled.
That, in part, so they have photos in their phones of Scott Spivey's body in his truck. If you were so shook up and whatever over this incident, why do you have photos of him being deceased in your phones? Gross. Also, as you can see. He contradicted himself. Well, that's not true. And then goes on to say, well, there's a few that they don't have. Like the one that he's 100 yards in front of us. He's 100 yards in front of you, and you're still pursuing him? At what point do they think that maybe Spivey feared for his life and was trying to get away? At what point do they think when he pulled on Camp Swamp Road? Do they think Spivey thought he was in danger and was trying to get the threat to stop following him? As I've said before, we don't know what happened prior to the witnesses getting involved. And Boyd and Williams could be a lot more guilty of instigating. They could have showed their firearms first. Anything. Because I don't think this is just unprovoked.